am Fischl, Prinzessin der Verurteilung, responding to the cry of my people in their hour of need.
Part of the allure of Genshin Impact is its vast array of unique and interesting characters. While there's so many characters to choose from, it is hard to find one more unique than Fischl in the game. She's a character with lots of lore and mystery still surrounding her. Today I'm going to do a deep dive into Fischl's character and how you can use her in the game. This analysis is going to be done through observing the English version of the game, so keep that in mind as there might be some variations between the Chinese version and other versions of the game. Just a side note, there is a lot of German words in this, and I do not speak German, so I apologize in advance if I mispronounce anything. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you know what Genshin Impact already is, so I'm not going to go into that part of it. Who is Fischl? Fischl is an electro-archer character from Mondstadt who is 14 years old. She lives with her father and mother, who are both adventurers. Just like the Traveler, Fischl works for the Adventurers Guild along with her pet raven Oz. Fischl claims to come from another world and speaks in a very grand way. She was released in version 1.0 but does not have a character or hangout quest like some of the other 4-star Mondstadt characters. Our biggest interaction with Fischl in the story so far was during the Unreconcilable Stars event. Like all the other characters in the game, Fischl has a lot of backstory that you can discover through leveling up her friendship and unlocking her character's story chapters as well as her voice lines. Fischl's parents were both adventurers and they were both very busy. As a result of this, Fischl spent more of her childhood reading books in the library and getting lost in the pages of the books. Her obsession with fantasy led her to becoming an outcast among her peers, and Fischl felt very sad and lonely. One night, Fischl was telling her father one of her favorite stories about Fischl van Lossielot Narthidart. It was her father that recommended she use Fischl as her nickname. This meant a great deal to Fischl. From then on, when Fischl would feel sad, she would remind herself that I am Fischl, my daddy's wonderful princess. It's true because daddy said so. Based on the voice lines of other characters, it seems Fischl is a very kind and responsible person. For example, Lisa is someone who gets agitated by late book returns, but likes Fischl because she always returns her books 3 days early and in the same condition of when she first borrowed them. She and Bennett seem very close, with Bennett being one of the only characters to believe she is from another world. When he brings up the subject of exploring her home together, Fischl avoids the topic. Bennett believes she is looking after his safety as her home sounds rather dangerous. During the Unreconcilable Stars event, Fischl breaks character at one point. When she leaves to tend to the victims of the meteorites, she thanks the Traveler for being a good listener. She even seems lonely then, as she opens up and says the other adventurers in the Adventurers Guild only speak to her when they want to hear Oz's reports. When Paimon says she's talking weirder than normal, Fischl panics and becomes back to her normal odd way of speaking. I mentioned before that Fischl is a very interesting character, and that is because you essentially break Fischl into 2 different characters. We already touched that Fischl is actually a fantasy character, while the character that we actually play in Genshin Impact's name is Amy. We find this out in one of her character teasers where her parents call her Amy. However, it is worth pointing out that this is only in the Chinese version of the game and is not shown in the English version of the game. Fischl is from the series Flowers for Princess Fischl. This is written by someone referred to as Mr. 9. The character's full name is Fischl van Lossielot Nothidart. She is the Prinzessin de Verurteilung, which translates to the Princess of Condemnation. The family of Princess Fischl refused to acknowledge their royal lineage. This resulted in them devolving into clumsy and vicious beasts. Fischl did not become a beast and was attacked. She bled on an elbow and her royal blood attracted Oz. Just before she was about to die, Wings of Darkness protected her from the beasts. After this, Oz pledged his loyalty to Fischl. They have a shared soul in fate due to this. It is up to Fischl to use her royal blood to set the universe ablaze and bathe it into immortal light. But before she can do this, Fischl must go to other universes and cleanse those as well. The novel is referred to as a bleak series. The realm is referred to as having eternal night. All the worlds have fallen to destruction, and Fischl travels the world with Oz. Oz is revealed to be the king of ravens. Oz is also the prince of Noctum, and is said to be stronger than Fischl. The prince of Noctum are known to be conspiratory and bearer of curses. Oz calls himself the king of night, rather than use his title as prince. They are both world beasts that swallow dreams. This is to cleanse the world of all that is wicked and ugly. The dream lives on is a phrase that is used in every volume except for the last volume of the series. One comparison that people have made with Fischl is that she is like the god Odin. Odin was the great magician among the gods and was associated with ruins. He was also the god of poets. In his outward appearance, he was a tall man with a flowing beard and only one eye. The other eye he exchanged for wisdom. Odin is also known to travel with ravens and wolves. Fischl has her left eye covered, and that eye is referred to as the Eye of Judgment. Fischl in the game has the ability to possess Oz, and she can also see through his eyes at will. The flowers for Princess Fischl series actually doesn't have very many numbers in circulation. Because of this, it is a very sought after set among fans. The series follows Fischl in her learning things on her journey and learning things such as life lessons that she can treasure from there on. Fischl's character is a representation of escapism. Escapism is a coping mechanism that many people use as a response to stress, anxiety, depression, among other things to get through it. It is clear that Fischl has a hard time accepting reality. This is shown in the 5th part of her character's story. Her parents tell her that she needs to grow up now that she is 14 years old. This upsets Fischl so much that she hides in the library, the place where she spent a lot of time reading books as a child. Fischl does not like to face the reality of Amy. We can see this throughout the game in various blocked mentions of her name and her getting upset when people do use her name. So why the character Fischl? Well, we do not clearly know that answer, but from her character story, we do know that Fischl is her favorite fantasy character. On top of that, we know that Fischl yearned to be more with her parents. Her parents were not home that much due to their profession. So her father engaging with the idea and being accepting of the idea of her being Fischl might have been part of the reason why she chose Fischl as her identity. Fischl has created a clear divide of who is Fischl and who is Amy. Amy is a lonely girl who is trapped by reality. We can see this by her voice line in Feelings About Ascension building up. In that voice line, she mentions reality is the enemy. It seems that from the story, Fischl does not want to be Amy because Amy is not interesting and nobody likes Amy. Amy is a lonely girl who copes with her loneliness by becoming the persona that is Fischl. This is very similar to role-playing or cosplaying. A theory or trend that has come up is that Electro users tend to be outcasts. When we look at characters like Razor and Kaching, Fischl follows that trend. Of course, this is just a theory, but it does seem that vision holders do follow some sort of theme. Another example of this is Animo users. Animo users seem to value some sort of freedom. There is also still a lot of mystery surrounding Oz. We do know for a fact that people see Oz because that is who they talk to, and Fischl gets very upset that they prefer to talk to Oz instead of her. However, if Fischl is playing pretend and he's more or less just an imaginary friend, as most people believe, then people shouldn't be able to see them. But we know that people see them, so he has to have some sort of physical appearance. It is entirely possible that Oz is some sort of god, since the only other character who has a companion is Jingling with Guoba. It was confirmed that Guoba is the god of the stove. Of course, this is just another theory, but it is entirely possible he could be a god. Another theory is that Fischl is from another world. This is because of her basically saying that she's from another world, and because she is one of the only characters to appear in Honkai Impact. Kaching and Fischl both appear in Honkai Impact for one of their events. People use this as evidence that Fischl is from another world, especially because there is a very popular theory that Honkai and Genshin's worlds are somehow interconnected. That is a whole theory in and of itself and needs a complete video breakdown of itself. Since Fischl is one of the first characters to come out in Genshin, she is sadly overlooked due to favoring newer characters. Sadly, Genshin has a tendency to forget their older characters and focus more on developing new characters. This is especially noticeable with most Mondstadt characters, who have been ignored so much that some of them have come almost irrelevant to the story. Even though we do know a decent amount on Fischl, there is still so much mystery surrounding her and things that I would personally like to know, and I know that fans of Fischl would like to know. I hope in the future that Genshin Impact continues to flesh her out more, as well as other Mondstadt characters. Honestly, Mondstadt has some of their most unique characters, so it is kind of upsetting to see them kind of thrown at the wayside. I do want to thank Kane and Dee for helping me so much with this video. This video would not have been possible without them, so please show them some love in the comments down below. This was a shorter video, but unfortunately there is not too much on Fischl that we can gather officially, and I really hope that we do get some more about her in the future. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments below. Also, please let me know if there's another character you would like me to do a breakdown on. Until next time, have a good one, guys.